How one man beat Germany's best pilot twice. The skies over Europe were painted in smoke and blood. It was 1943, and World War II had reached a fever pitch. The Allies were desperately trying to take control of the skies, and Germany's Luftwaffe ruled the clouds like gods of thunder. Among those gods stood Erich Falk Vogler, the Falcon of the Reich. With over 60 confirmed kills, he was feared and respected by friend and foe alike. His signature plane, a blood-red Focke-Wulf 190, was a blur of death, and his emblem, a falcon with steel talons, struck terror into every Allied pilot's heart. But this story isn't about Vogler. It's about Captain Jack Hawk Kessler, an American pilot from Brooklyn who flew not for glory, but for something deeper, something personal. Jack had lost his brother, Charlie, in the early days of the war. His last radio transmission was a frantic scream. "It's him! The Falcon!" Jack never forgot that voice. It was over the French countryside that Jack first saw Vogler. Intelligence had picked up chatter of the Falcon patrolling a key supply route. The mission was simple: lure him out and, if luck favored, take him down. But luck was a cruel mistress. Jack's squad was ambushed. Within minutes, 3 of his comrades were burning wrecks in the fields below. And then he saw it, a flash of red across the sunlit sky. The Focke-Wulf 190 streaked in like a predator, and Jack's stomach turned to ice. He and Vogler danced through the clouds in a deadly ballet. Each maneuver was life or death. But Jack had studied Vogler. His rhythm, his hesitations, his overconfidence. When Vogler performed his infamous diving roll, Jack did something no one had dared. He didn't follow. Rose. As Vogler leveled out, expecting Jack below him, the American was already above. Jack squeezed the trigger. Thup thup thup. Smoke erupted from Vogler's left wing. The German Falcon spiraled down, not dead but crippled. It was the first time anyone had bested him. Back at base, Jack was celebrated but uneasy. He hadn't killed Vogler, only wounded him. The image of the pilot bailing out haunted him. A voice inside whispered, "He'll come for you." Weeks passed. The Allies pushed further into occupied territory. Jack became a minor legend, the hawk who clipped the Falcon's wings. Yet fame didn't soothe him. He began flying solo recon missions, partly out of duty, partly to draw Vogler out again. But he found nothing, no Falcon, no trace. Had he vanished? Until one stormy morning, command called him in. Intercept. High-value Luftwaffe ace re-emerged. Red Focke-Wulf. Sector D-17. Jack's blood ran cold. Sector D-17 was a desolate stretch of farmland and mist. Jack flew alone, every nerve alive. The clouds parted briefly, and there he was. Falcon. Their eyes met through cockpit glass, separated by hundreds of feet but locked in primal recognition. No other pilots joined. This was personal. Vogler attacked like a man possessed. He wasn't the same pilot. He was more ruthless, more unpredictable. Jack dodged a hailstorm of bullets and countered with equal fury. Their planes screamed through narrow canyons and jagged cliff edges. But then Vogler pulled a trick Jack hadn't seen. A reverse stallspin. Jack's engine choked. He was falling. Desperation kicked in. He shut off the engine entirely, letting gravity hurl him into a steep dive. Vogler followed, too close, too fast. At the last second, Jack reignited the engine and yanked up. Vogler clipped a ridge. His wing sheared off. The Falcon spiraled again, smoke trailing like a broken arrow. Jack hovered above, watching. This time Jack landed nearby. He needed to see the man behind the myth. Pistol drawn, he crept through the trees. He found Vogler slumped against the wreckage, bloodied but alive, pistol drawn too. Neither fired. "You came down to see me die," Vogler wheezed. Jack shook his head. "To see if you were real." Vogler laughed bitterly. "I am not. I died long ago. My brother. London, your bombs." Jack lowered his pistol. "I lost mine too," he said. A strange silence fell. Two men, forged in hate, standing in the ashes of each other's war. Then a crack of branches. German reinforcements. Jack ran. Vogler didn't call out. Months passed. Jack was sent to Berlin. The war was ending, but not the ghosts. One final mission. Escort bombers over the last German stronghold. Rumors said Vogler had returned. Flying with a black-marked plane now. No longer under command. Rogue. As the bombers approached target, a black Focke-Wulf rose like a phantom from the smoke. It was him. This time there were no evasions, no clever tricks. Just raw, desperate flying. They tore through the sky, circling, diving, clawing like beasts. At one point Jack got behind him. He hesitated. Vogler did not. His bullets tore through Jack's fuselage. Smoke filled his cockpit. He was losing altitude. One last chance. Jack rolled beneath Vogler, feigned engine failure. Vogler took the bait, lining up the kill. Jack jerked the stick. Perfect Immelmann turn. He was behind. He fired. Direct hit. The black Focke-Wulf burst into flames. Vogler ejected. Again. Jack circled once, saluting silently. Then he vanished into the clouds. Years later, Jack Kessler lived a quiet life in Maine. He never flew again. One day, an envelope arrived with no return address. Inside was a photograph. Two planes tangled in a dogfight, smoke trailing across the sky. On the back, some men fight for country, others for vengeance. We fought to understand. Falk. Jack smiled. In a war filled with hatred, they had found something stranger, respect. And that is how one man beat Germany's best pilot.